All right, Shalom. This is Gamali Allah. I have Great Millstone, Atlanta. Want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, now this is a quick lesson. All right, and this is going to be centered around, this is proof that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are Israelites. All right. Now, one thing, you got this World War III. All right. That's basically brewing up. We're still waiting on a major retaliation from Iran. All right. But anyway, this tweet, it says, "Dear Iran and its people, we not in this, niggas." Now, what proves that the Israelites are so-called Negroes, right, is the fact that niggas, they're not trying to associate themselves to America. If you notice, a lot of the black so-called blacks in America, all right, they're based. This is their opinion on the whole war. They feel like, why should they be involved? And that just proves that Jake really has no business being in America. Okay, that proves that Jake doesn't feel connected to Esau's beef. All right, so that proves that we're two totally different nations of people, and it also proves that Jake doesn't know their true identity. Okay, they've detached from their identity. It proves that we're in captivity. Okay, because Jake is getting dragged into a war that has nothing to do with them, and that's really the point that I'm making in this video, is that you Israelites are fighting a war that's not even yours. All right, I saw another post, and it was it was like along the lines of why do millions or thousands or whatever it was, why do thousands of people have to die because of problems between like 6 people? Now, of course, it's more people involved, but I guess, they're talking as far as the conflict between, the conflicts are really between, a small number of people, but yet you have soldiers and thousands of troops that are backing, the interests of these people, okay? Of these wicked people at that. All right. So let's get into the precepts, because basically, like I said, just making the point that that Israel really has no business in this war. Okay. Now let's get I think it's Jeremiah. Hold on, let me see. Jeremiah 2. Yeah. Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Okay, so the point being, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? And the answer is yes. Okay? Because Jake really has they're really just followers, okay? They don't have their own nation of people. Okay? Everything that Jake does is to follow the so-called white man. Okay, it's basically it's under the so-called white man. Okay, so that proves that we're in captivity. The fact that you have Israelites that are going to fight the white man's war. Okay, all right. Now let's get let's see, what was it? Oh, yeah. Micah. Let's get Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall surely destroy you, even with a sword of destruction." Now, this is basically talking about Israel, saying that Israel needs to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So depart mentally from this system, man. You know, because this is not our rest. Okay, this is not our kingdom. Okay, and it's clear, because if it were our kingdom, then we wouldn't be getting. Well, first of all, if Israel was in rulership, okay, there wouldn't be no conflict. Okay, because all the heathen nations will be under subjection, under our rulership, under our authority. All right, but you know, basically, it wouldn't. That's just the point. It wouldn't be no conflict. But under the so-called white man's rulership, all right, there's always conflict. There's always war. And here you have Jake is always dragged in the middle of it. Okay. All right. Let me see. That was the point on that. Oh, yeah. Let me get, I think it's Jeremiah 51. Flee. It's like I spelled it wrong. Jeremiah 6:1. O ye children of Benjamin, gather yourselves to flee out of the midst of Jerusalem and blow the trumpet. Matter of fact, nah, that's not what I wanted. I believe it's Jeremiah 51. I just want to go straight to it. Yeah. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. Yeah, hey, this is a warning. This is really a warning. Okay, flee out of the midst of Babylon. Okay, now that doesn't mean physically flee. Okay, because we're not gonna avoid conflict, you know, by going to, you know, moving somewhere remote. Okay, because everywhere, the whole world is gonna be affected anyway. All right, but it says flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. So basically, get out of this system mentally, man. Unplug from you know, being under the so-called white man's rulership. Okay, but you got a lot of Jakes that are joined unto the so-called white man. All right, it says be not cut off in her iniquity. Yeah, because you don't want to be judged on behalf of the so-called white man, okay? All right, because the so-called white man is fighting his war. All right, but like I said, you got a lot of people that feel as though they should go fight for America, and you got no business fighting for America because this is not our land. Now, Esau, really, that's the best thing for him to fight for America, man. You know, because this is his country. All right, but you niggas, this is not your country. You have no business being you have no business being a part of the so-called white man's military, man. You know, it says, for this the time of the Lord's vengeance, he will render unto her a recompense. Okay. Now let's get this. All right, this is let's get Isaiah 13:5. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Yeah, so if you're joined into this military, you're gonna fall by the sword. Okay, you're dragged into the middle of serious conflict. All right, and you got a lot of people that signed up that weren't expecting to have to be entered into World War III. You know, they thought they were just going to go be stationed somewhere for a few years and, you know, and then get their benefits. But guess what? Now that things are heating up, now America's at a serious, you know, in a serious pickle. You know, they're in the middle of a serious conflict. Now your ass, you got to go to war. Okay? All right? So like I said, you weren't expecting that. Like, you know, brothers were joking, but you have Jake. You know, they'll you know, go to the army for the benefit. That's what most niggas get into the army for anyway, is for the benefits. But you know, brothers were joking, you know, Jake wanted that Camaro. You know, they want that nice ass car, you know, and they want, you know, their student loans paid off or whatever, you know, whatever it may be. All right, but you know, they weren't counting the cost that America is getting ready to go to war. All right, and it's gonna get heat up, and it may very well cost them their life. But this scripture says, everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So if you're joined unto this devil, you're gonna fall by the sword with it. That's why I read Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, because you don't want to have no parts of America's destruction. So whether that be the military, whether that be your job, whatever strings you have to America, whatever strings you have to the so-called white man, you may want to go ahead and just detach it, okay? Because this so-called white man is going down. So any connections that you have to Esau, or, you know, any connections that you have to Esau that you're not willing to let go, or you know, because really when you're in the army, you're under contract. So really you can't even let go if you wanted to, okay? But you know, basically the point being is any strings that you have, it's in your best interest to you know, detach from America, okay? All right, so that you don't get dragged in the middle of this war, and so that you don't get, you know, messed up behind it, man. You know, that's just like you know, two people in a school getting ready to fight, you know, but you got, you know, some random people trying to jump in the middle of the fight. That don't even make sense. The fight doesn't even involve you. Okay, so you're putting yourself, you don't have nothing to do with you know, international affairs, you know, but you're in the middle of this fight, and you're willing to put your life on the line for America, for a country that really doesn't give a damn about you. All right, so you know, that's just the point. You know, the fact that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just further proof that you don't belong in America, okay? And that, you know, you don't have a nation. We don't have a nation to ourselves. We can't fight as Israel because majority of us don't even know we Israel, okay? So there's no way to fight. There's no way to come together to fight because we don't even have our own nation, okay? We don't have our own nation of people. Jake belongs to America, all right? They're Hellenized, all right? So that's pretty much the point. I'm going to wrap up with that, giving all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone. Shalom.